social media platforms.
On social media.
Social media is ruining my life. Allow me to explain. Now, before I dive into this video, I just want to say I believe social media is a tool with many positive effects if used right. But that's a big if. If used wrong, it can have a huge impact on your mental health and your well-being. Lately, I've been experiencing some of the negative side effects of using social media the wrong way, and I'm sure some of you guys can relate. I wanted to make this video just to touch on some of these effects and start a conversation on how to use it in a way that doesn't negatively impact us. Guys, have you ever found yourself just stuck scrolling? This happens to me a lot. I'm not just talking about scrolling a little bit. I'm talking about stuck in a trance-like state, frozen, whether I'm in bed, on the couch, or wherever I'm at, jumping between Instagram to TikTok to Snapchat, back to TikTok. Like, I'll just open one app, close the other, go to the next one, and I'm stuck in this state and I can't move. I can't get out of it. I can't put my phone down. Did some research and I actually found out why we get stuck in this state while using social media. This is thanks to our boy B.F. Skinner. In the 1950s, he did an experiment and discovered something called intermittent variable reward. He put mice in a box, and in the box there was a lever. These mice would pull the lever, and he tested different groups of mice. The first group of mice would get a pellet of food every single time they pulled the lever. The second group of mice would never get a pellet of food no matter how many times they pulled the lever. And then he had another group. This was an intermittent variable group. Sometimes they would get a big pellet of food, sometimes they would get a small pellet of food, and sometimes they would get no pellets of food. This was the intermittent variable reward because they didn't know when they were going to get a reward. The mice that always got food pulled the lever a few times, then got bored and stopped pulling it. The mice that never got food had a similar effect, but the mice that sometimes got food, sometimes didn't, got stuck in a trance-like state, similar to us scrolling, just pulling the lever non-stop. Now, this is very similar to actually gambling, like when you're pulling the slot machine and you just, for some reason, you're losing money but you can't stop pulling it, because when you do hit the slot machine win, it feels so good. You get this rush of dopamine. Social media is also similar to drugs. Think about it. When someone's using cocaine, they ingest a drug and they get this crazy hit of dopamine, this feel-good chemical. It goes into your brain and you just feel amazing for 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Then after some time, you stop feeling as good and you have to use the cocaine again. This is similar to social media. We'll scroll for like 30 minutes. We'll feel good, we'll get the dopamine rush, and then we'll be like, okay, no, I have to go do something. Put our phones down, start doing our homework, whatever. And then 20 minutes into the homework, you feel like this urge to just pick up the phone and start using social media again. Why? Because every single time that we get a new post or a funny video or something interesting, we get a similar dopamine rush to the user of the cocaine. This is why it's so addictive, and this is why it's so detrimental when you use social media in the wrong way, because it taps into the same part of our brains that are addicted to vices like gambling or drugs. And this is not unintentional. People who designed these apps did this on purpose to keep you using it as long as possible. A TikTok creator gets rewarded for watch time. If users watch your full video, you're gonna get pushed to way more people. The creators of these apps, these platforms, want you to stay on the app as long as possible so they can push ads to you and make more money. It makes sense, and they definitely succeeded with me. If you look at my screen time from one of the past days, I hit 13 hours. Like, more than half of my life that day was spent on my phone. This is why I'm seeing it as a problem. Now, I'm gonna need you guys to pause the video and comment down below what your average screen time was for the week. I'm really interested to know. And make sure to smash the like button, guys. Let's get this video to 50 likes. Now, aside from all of these negative things that I brought up, I still believe social media has this positive effects. Like, people have met their spouses on social media. If you're going through something, you can find a community that's going through something similar and talk to people on forums like Reddit, and people have made a full-time living on social media. I just think that as kids, we kind of got thrown into it without any warning on how to properly use it, and we develop these bad habits over time. This is why I propose a 7-day social media reset. Now, people say do a 30-day dopamine detox, and I think this is way too long. Social media is good. It's useful. I use it in my life. I have a TikTok account that I post on every day, and I don't think it's feasible to just say, oh yeah, for 30 days, I'm not going to use any social media. I'm not going to listen to music. I think it's a bit too drastic. I think 7 days is definitely doable, and it provides a good enough timeline to kind of reset your brain to start to be more aware of the way that you use it and the negative impacts that it can have if used the wrong way. Which is why for the next 7 days, I'm deleting Snapchat, deleting Instagram, I'm deleting TikTok. I'm not gonna watch Netflix, and I'm not gonna watch YouTube videos. I'm gonna stay off social media and try to focus on creating rather than consuming. If you guys want to do this too, I know you're procrastinating on something. It's a book at home that you didn't read yet, whether it's a project that you're trying to work on, whatever it is, I know you're procrastinating on something. Delete social media for the next 7 days with me and work on that passion project that you've been holding off on. In 7 days, download them back and see what happens. See how your use habits change, or see if 7 days is not enough for you to actually reset your social media use. So in 7 days time, I'll create a second video recapping my experience and letting you guys know if I think a 7-day social media reset is enough to get back to that baseline of dopamine levels. Thank you guys so much for watching, and smash that subscribe button if you like this video. I'm trying to create the best community on YouTube of learners and people just improving themselves. Last but not least, remember, Use the tool, don't let the tool use you. I'm Ali, and I'm out.